God grant me the serenity to accept the things that cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Is there wisdom to know the difference right now?
I'm not sure I'm blessed with enough wisdom to comprehend some of the things that are like this. Sometimes in football, some strange things happen, but that's the game, you know. What I am accepting is the fact that at 37, I've coached two of the biggest teams in South African football. I've won as a head coach 7 trophies already at 37. I've won 4 league titles. I've won coach of the season 3 times. I live in a season where, as head coach of Sundowns for the last 2 seasons, or 1 and a 3/4 of a season, I live with a record that says 91 games played, 60 games won, 60 games won.
Yeah.
Out of 91. 9 lost and 11 draws. And so when I look at that, I'm extremely proud of the Sundowns players because I am crazy. I don't know how they coped with me, but I am crazy and I come with crazy ideas and crazy things, but they breathed life into my ideas. What I had in my brain and an intangible that was sitting in my brain became, in a lot of times, tangible, or some things that I could see and see only because of the players, you know, because of their quality and their. And I'm so grateful that I've had an opportunity to work with this group. It's an amazing group of players. I'm grateful to the technical team for all their hard work and support. And that's what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the stuff I'm not in control of, and so therefore those are the things that I allow God to deal with, because you know there are things that we can't hear, there are things we can't see, there are things we can't understand, but God hears, God sees, and God understands, because He travels even further before all of us. Mine is just to remember the club for the incredible memories, the league titles we've won, winning AFL. You know, it's the players that we helped to improve. Seeing these players go and represent Bafana and finishing 3rd at AFCON, and these are the memories. And so it's only with a deep sense of gratitude that I want to remember my time at Sundowns. Grateful for the opportunity from the Motsepe family, from the board. Grateful to be supported, and I mean the last few games were very difficult, but it's incredible. The Yellow Nation, the guys were even singing my chanting my name and singing a song with my name, you know, for the last few, and that has also made it very, very difficult to depart. But okay, it is what it is. It's happened, and now we just got to try to move on as best as we possibly can, and wish each other everything of the best, because of course I think Sundowns will always have a special place in my heart. I spent almost 12 years at that club. Someone was saying to me today, you've served in almost every capacity. Yeah. I've been an under 15 assistant coach. I was under 19 head coach. I was a caretaker coach of the players that were going on loan. Sugar Mabunda, Wayne Arends. I've been a co-coach. I've been head coach. So I've served in a lot of capacity. I've been academy secretary, where we have academy meetings, and I'm the one that needs to write minutes. So yeah, I've done done
it all.
I've done almost everything at Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club.
So
except playing.
Trust me.
Which is the most important one, isn't
it? No,
Mourinho
never played. Look at his success. I think a lot of other coaches never played. Look at their success as well. Chatting to Rhulani Mokwena, Mamelodi Sundowns former coach. Again, I still say very difficult to fathom that, to understand that. The team is in pre-season, which ordinarily you would be too.
Yep.
So how and who said to you that, Rhulani, listen, maybe don't come to preseason, because you'd have obviously got into your car pre-season, go to Tluarkop and prepare for the season ahead. But there would have had to be an intercepting call to say that's not necessary. How did that happen?
No, look, you know how it works in football. You get a phone call and you have to come into a meeting and discuss where the team is, discuss where the team was. You have to discuss where things went right and celebrate the achievements. But you've also got to discuss the failures and discuss, and those were discussed. And then after, it was decided to mutually separate, and I didn't want to leave. I have to make that clear that I didn't want to leave. But I think my hand was forced, even though as I said to you, even, or did I say it to you earlier? I think I wanted to say it and I forgot. But there's a lot of things I can't talk about because I've signed a confidentiality clause that prohibits me from speaking about some of the details and things. So I hope you understand and accept that there are things that I cannot disclose because if I do, then I'll get into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, no, which is fair. I understand that. I mean, people are always trying to use the sub judice rule, and although that doesn't apply now in terms of jurisprudence, but it is still there. That conversation, which I'm imagining would have been very difficult. The ink is hardly dried on the contract that you signed for the 4 years. 2027 is supposed to be the time when, you'd have been reviving, either extending or not, and so on. Do you think in the contract that you signed that there would have been a clause somewhere, there would have been expectations somewhere, and you've exceeded and accepted about Champions League, that it didn't happen? There was an expectation there.
Yeah.
If Rhulani had to look and say, if I failed in the past season at Sundowns, where would my failure be?
Yeah, it's a good question. Is it okay to say I don't know? I don't know where my failure is. I think my failure at this moment in time, my failure is towards a player like Ron Williams, for an example, for me personally, because when Ronza was about, and this is why this thing is heavy, because part to how I lead is formulating relationships. Yeah. And I've got players on the phone since yesterday calling me and crying, and it's very, very difficult to hear the people you love crying over the phone. Some of them are sitting with their kids. I hear their kids are crying because the dad is crying, and then they give the phone to the wife. I speak to the wife to try to say, hey, please, just try to calm him down. The wife starts crying because, from Tsitsi, grandson, to Kumo, Mudiba's son, to Lerumo, Tebogo's son, to Sifiso, Mshishi's son. Like, I know
the families.
I know the families. I know the wives, the kids. I play with these players' kids, So
and half of them on holiday in Greece and Mauritius.
It's incredible. So they when they called me, some of them just to say thank you, but also to ask what's happening was very, very difficult, and it's been difficult. But you know how it is, Rob. Coaching is like this, and you've got to be able to take it. You come, and you have to win. And I didn't win the Champions League, even though I'm very proud of what we've done, and I know how difficult that competition is. But of course, if you don't win the Champions League, as the club says, then it's deemed that you didn't meet the objectives, and if I don't meet the objectives, then it's in big clubs you've got to win and stay. That's the truth.
I'll come back to the Champions League thing. I mean, I question that even yesterday.